The Engineer, TF2's most defensive class. No other class quite compares to his ability to defend control points and objectives with his sentries. Today we'll be going over the best starter weapons for the new Engis out there. So, let's get right into it. Hey guys, Raven McKay this here. Now this one's going to actually be interesting, you guys. I have two loadouts in my personal thing, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to have two loadouts here as well. So we're going to go over, I guess, four loadouts together today. My two personal loadouts and the two loadouts that I chose for the starter weapons. The first loadout we'll be going over is a far more defensive-based loadout. So the first weapon we have here is the Rescue Ranger. Now, this is pretty standard on most engineers. Its ability to repair buildings from a great distance and pick up buildings that are in great danger. It's really, really helpful. Like, the amount of times this thing has saved me, especially in MVM where you can pick it up right before a Sentry Buster shows up. Yeah, this is actually what I use my personal loadout, my personal defensive loadout, I should say. I really like this thing, and also you can use it to put your sentries in some weird spots. But you know, I didn't do any of that. So the second weapon we'll be going over in the defensive engineer's arsenal is the Wrangler. Now, this is a great weapon because it increases a shield, because it gives the sentry more survivability and lets you shoot at spies. The downside is you actually have to aim now, so you know, that's a thing. But it's great for picking off long distance targets that are pestering your sentry, and for dealing with spies who the sentry just doesn't care about. You can also use it to do rocket jumps, so you can use your in conjunction with your Rescue Ranger to pull your sentry up to weird spots, as I was talking about earlier. Main downside of this weapon is it can't be repaired as easily, and it's down for 3 seconds after you wrangle it. So you know, those are some pretty hefty downsides. But you know, the upside of having longer survivability is pretty good, so I feel that's kind of fair. This is not what I use in my personal. I just use the stock pistol, or my reskin of it, because I like to shoot things. And when I'm using because I use the Rescue Ranger, I like having a gun that actually is really good for combat. The third weapon we have or the third and unfortunately final weapon we have on the defensive engineer is the Southern Hospitality Wrench. Why did I put it here? Because bleed damage. Bleed damage is why I put it here. I mean, I don't care about crits, but bleed damage is really great for tracking down spies that are dead ringing or disguised. The downside is you take more fire damage, but I mean, who cares? Really, who cares about fire damage when you're an engineer? Like, you're probably never going to come up with an opportunity where you're going to get lit on fire when you're playing a super defensive engineer. This is actually what I use on my personal loadout. And like I said, unfortunately that's it, because, you know, there's only one PDA. They had a PDA slot, but there's no other types of PDAs, so, you know. Valve, please fix. Please add more PDAs, please. I want more. I don't even know what one of those would do. Now it's time for the second loadout, the super offensive engineer. And whoo boy, do I hate everything about this loadout. I hate the fact that I'm suggesting this loadout, because it is terrible. The first weapon is the Thompson. It does not require ammo, because why not? Projectiles cannot be deflected. And it shuts down medics and spies, because it reduces medigun charge and cloak. So you know, that's fun to play against. If you see one of these things charge it, you just run away. No one likes the Thompson. Luckily, you don't see too much use of it, especially too much use out of it, especially after the nerf hit it. So you know, that's really nice. It's still really easy to aim and just spam, because there's like, why not? You have infinite ammo. You just shoot down a hall, so you know, that's fun. But this is actually not what I use in my personal offensive engineer. I use the Widowmaker, because no reloading, and basically you just infinitely shoot and you gain infinite metal. And that's nice. I like just infinitely shooting things until they're dead. The second weapon in the offensive engineer is once again the Wrangler, because well, when I get to the third weapon, normally these loadouts do not work well together, The Wrangler is just a pretty good starter weapon in general because you know aiming sentries and having that increased shield is really nice. Once again, my loadout, I just used the local hero. And finally, we have the main reason why I even have an offensive engineer, the Gunslinger. Oh god, I hate the fact that this is good, but mini sentries, I hate them. I hate everything about them. Mostly because I mostly play Scout, but mini sentries are the bane of my existence. They've been nerfed a lot, thank goodness, recently. So you know they're not as good. But back in the day, they could build like in a second, and they didn't have that health reduction. Obviously, this is what I use in my main loadout because this gunslinger is the whole reason I have an offensive loadout and a defensive loadout. So you know that's the thing you gotta live with. Yeah, thankfully the gunslinger is not nearly as OP as it used to be. Now it's just really annoying. Well, that's about all I have. So let me guys know what you think. Let me know your favorite combos with the starter weapons, and let me know if this really helped you guys, new starter players out there. I will see you guys next time, and goodbye!